What's going on, guys? Welcome to a new video on Chernobylite best graphics settings. So this game has been out for a couple of weeks now, maybe a couple of months, and I tell you something, it is quite scary, considering I'm not really scared of games. If you've watched my Devour video, go check that out. It's quite a good video and it hasn't got the recognition it needs. But welcome to this video. Today we're going to do the best settings for this game. This is for the best quality. The game runs quite well. It's probably about 70 frames per second, which is more than enough to play this game. It's not really heavy action, but you do run into a lot of scary things, and sometimes it does have a little bit of a hiccup of lag. But again, all computers are subject to change, so your computer might be a bit different to mine, or you might have a hardware problem, or you might have better hardware than mine. So there's loads of things that can go into all this, so all settings are subject to change. And if these do help, please obviously drop a like and a comment on the video telling me what PC parts you've got in, what are your what are they called now? PC parts? What are your components in your PC? That's what I'm looking for. What are your components that are in your PC? Comment that down below so that people who come into this video, they can literally go into the comments, go, oh, okay, this guy's got the same, it works for him, I'm going to check these out as well. But without further ado, we're going to get straight into it. So this game is really, really creepy. We're going to go to first into video settings and go to where our video settings are. The resolution and graphics quality is obviously custom. This will change when you go to the advanced bit. Resolution is whatever your resolution is, so mine's 1440p. This, I'd recommend having this in full screen mode if you've got a HDR monitor. If not, then have it in windowed mode. It just looks a lot better in windowed, and for me, really, I like it in windowed, because if you've got multiple monitors, it's quite annoying to tab out all the time. But if you have one monitor, then keep it in full screen. There's no need to have windowed mode. And then HDR, I have this on. It just makes the game look more realistic, more crisp. The shadows are just better. But if you don't have HDR, it still looks amazing without it on as well. And just to clarify, guys, this does take an immense performance hit. I'm talking like 30-40 frames turning HDR on. I don't know why, but on this game, it takes such an immense hit on frames. So just keep that in mind before you turn this on. FOV, personal preference, I haven't really changed mine. VSync, I have mine as no, and frame lock unlimited. So roughly I get 70 frames on this game, like I said earlier, and I'll show a little clip at the end of this video. So if you want to go check out and then come back, you can do. But if you want to wait to the end of the video, there'll be a short snippet of me playing this game and how good it looks and how scary it is. I'll try not to include too much so you guys can go ahead and play it yourself. And also there'll be videos on the channel as well of me playing this game. So if you want to see that, smash that like button and that subscribe button on the channel. Anyway, let's get into the graphics settings. So first, geometry quality. Wow, I actually butchered that, didn't I? So we're going to keep this on ultra. Just makes the game look overall quite nice. Foliage or however you call this. Now there is a lot of trees, and you're in obviously Chernobyl, so there's a lot of like dead plants, all that sort of stuff, and there's quite a few monsters in this as well. So foliage, keep this on high. It does take quite a bit of performance hit if you go to ultra, but I recommend this high to a medium range setting. Draw distance, I just kept that default of 100. I don't think we need it any more than that. Shadows is my pet hate, but on this game you can set these to high. I do recommend having them on high, but I really can't stand shadows for some reason. I'm just against them, but the game looks good with that anyway. One thing you do want to do though, guys, is make sure these two are on ultra, because at the end of the day, this makes the game just look beautiful. Like you're picking up electronics, or you're building or crafting or whatever, it just makes it look so good. And then the same with the effects when you're walking into the rings of fire. Well, it's fire, it's like radioactive fire. It's really cool. I'd have this on ultra as well. It just makes the game pop, make it stand out, makes it look absolutely beautiful. So I do recommend having these two on ultra. Now the reason these two are black grayed out is because I have my DLSS set to quality. You guys might not have a 3070 like I have, but if I was you, I recommend, if you do have a 3070, crank this right onto quality. This means these two are like basically taken out of the picture, and it just looks absolutely voila. But if not, guys, set the anti-aliasing quality down to high and leave it on TAA. The reason saying on high, because if you don't have a 3070 graphics card, you probably won't be able to run this on ultra. Just out of past experience, I had a 1080 Ti before, and I've also got a 1050 Ti as well in my other computer, and I tell you now guys, I'd recommend taking this right down to high. It just makes the game look okay, but also it takes a lot of performance to run it at ultra, so just bear that in mind. Contact shadows, we're going to have that on. Lens flares on, it's personal preference on lens flares. I love the way the sky looks, so you can have that on. Chromic aberration, have that on as well. Bloom, again, another one. I mean, if you want to have a bright friggin' sun in your face, then have that on. I just think it looks pretty cool, and for a game like this, you want it to look more realistic than you do FPS based, but turn that on. Motion blur, have it off. I just hate motion blur. I think everyone does at this point. And depth of field, another personal preference. If you guys want to be able to aim into a gun and make it look really realistic, then have it on. If not, turn this off. But I do honestly recommend having this on. These are all the settings anyway for this game, Chernobylite, and obviously DLSS have got on quality. If not, just have this off and this on 100. That's a weird sound my fridge is making. Okay, anyway, so let's go into the benchmark and you enjoy the gameplay. If this has worked for you, like I said, please leave a like and a comment on the video, and also subscribe to the channel. Our goal is to get 5,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I mean, we're creeping up real quick on the end of this year, and our subscribers are creeping up as well, but obviously I want to hit that goal of 5,000 subscribers and 1.5 million channel views. Come on boys, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and enjoy the benchmark.